This is the World News Podcast Service. News of this hours are: over 900 injured and more than 260 people have been killed in the deadly train crash that took place in Odisha's Balasore on Friday, involving two passenger trains, the Bengaluru-Howrah Express and Shalimar-Chennai Coromandel Express, and a goods train. The accident took place around 7 p.m. on June 2 near the Bahanga Bazar station in Balasore district. It involved the Bengaluru-Howrah Express and Shalimar-Chennai Coromandel Express and a goods train. Responders of the National Disaster Response Force (NDRF), a team from Centralized Traffic Control (CTC) and Special Relief Commissioner (SRC), reached the accident spot to carry out rescue and search operations. All BSKY accredited private hospitals in Odisha were instructed to admit victims and provide emergency treatment. According to preliminary report, 17 coaches of two trains derailed and severely damaged. Railway Minister Ashwani Vaishnav early this morning took stock of the situation and assured that a detailed high-level inquiry will be conducted into the mishap. Odisha Chief Minister Mr. Naveen Patnaik meets the people who are admitted to a hospital in Balasore train accident. Ministry of Railways on Saturday issued helpline numbers in the wake of the Balasore train accident in Odisha for the assistance of people. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Saturday left for Odisha to take stock of the situation in the wake of the triple train accident. Earlier, PM Modi chaired a high-level meeting to take stock of the situation in Odisha, where at least 260 people were killed in an accident involving 3 trains. Union Home Minister Amit Shah was also present at the meeting called by the Prime Minister. UNGA President Siesaba Koroshi expresses grief over loss of lives. UK Foreign Secretary James Cleverly condolences to families of victims in Odisha train accident. Russian President Putin expresses grief over loss of lives. Pakistan PM Shahbaz Sharif offers condolences to families of victims in Odisha's train accident. Canada PM Justin Trudeau expressive grief over loss of lives in Odisha train mishap. US Envoy Eric Garcetti offers condolences to victims' families in Odisha's train crash. According to the Ministry of Defense press release, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh will hold a trilateral meeting with his US counterpart Lloyd Austin and German Federal Minister of Defense Boris Pistorius next week. Rajnath Singh will hold a meeting with US Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin on June 5. He will arrive on an official visit to India starting June 4. On June 6, Rajnath Singh will hold talks with German Federal Minister of Defense Boris Pistorius, who is visiting India for a 4-day visit. According to the press release, the issue of bilateral defense cooperation, with a focus on industrial cooperation, are likely to be discussed during the two meetings. Boris Pistorius is likely to meet a few defense startups during an event organized by Innovation for Defense Excellence (IDEX) in New Delhi. The United States Geological Survey reported that an earthquake of magnitude 5.4 on the Richter scale struck 156 kilometers north of Las Khori in Somalia on Saturday. The quake took place at 19.28.03 at a depth of 10.0 kilometers. According to USGS, the epicenter of it was found to be at 12.571 degree north and 48.095 degree east. Respectively, no casualties are reported as of yet. National Center for Seismology informed that an earthquake of magnitude 4.6 on the Richter scale jolted 218 kilometers east of Afghanistan's Faizabad on Sunday. The NCS said that the earthquake occurred at 10:05 am IST and had a depth of 150 kilometers. Speaking to media persons, Nepal Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahak Prachand dubbed his 4-day visit to India as an outstanding success at Tribhuvan International Airport. PM Prachand said this 4-day visit has basically resulted in the fulfillment of promises made before setting foot in India. A slew of agreements of long-term importance were signed, which in itself is significant. With regard to the long-term power sharing agreement, supply of 10,000 megawatt office electricity over 10 years is something that we have pressed for long. I am happy that we could arrive at a deal during my visit. Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself made the announcement, and the signing of the power sharing deal marks an important milestone in our bilateral ties. He stated further that the agreement will help Nepal draw big-ticket investments in energy sector. The Nepal PM also emphasized the potential of significant investment in the country's energy sector in light of this agreement. Nepal PM Prachand underscored the newfound trust and foundation established through the power trade agreement, adding that it will enable the landlocked Himalayan country to meet the demand of the private sector. Stated that this agreement has further enabled Nepal to export 1200 megawatt of electricity to India generated from the Upper Tamakoshi hydropower project. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi emphasized on Nepal-India relations, stating that it should be higher than the Himalayas. Al Jazeera reported that Turkey President Recep Tayyip Erdogan was sworn in as President of State after he won a historic runoff election to extend his 2-decade rule for another 5 years. The 69-year-old leader will be responsible for managing an economic crisis that has been runaway inflation and the collapse of the currency. He revealed his new government letter on Saturday. He appointed Mehmet Simsek, a renowned former banker and previous head of the economy, to the position of Minister of Finance and the Treasury. Ceremony at the parliament in Ankara, Erdogan said, "I, as president, swear upon my honor and integrity before the great Turkish nation and history to safeguard the existence and independence of the state. We will embrace all 85 million people in the country regardless of their political views, origin, or section," Erdogan was heard saying during a live broadcast. Tolo News, Afghanistan news channel, reported that Kabul residents have complained about the country's slow passport distribution procedure. The residents say that every person has an unalienable right to a passport and that the Islamic Emirate should provide better facilities in this area. A Kabul resident said that more than a year passed since he submitted an application for a passport, but he has still not heard back. Kabul residents said that due to not having a passport, they cannot go abroad for treatment of illness, scholarship, or other issues. The issue facing people is that they can't get a passport, especially those who are ill. Unfortunately, if a person is sick, it will take a year or more to get the passport. Indian President Draupadi Murmu left the national capital New Delhi for a 6-day visit to Suriname and Serbia. This is the president's maiden visit to chief guest at the and also for first state visit since assuming office in July 2022. The Ministry of External Affairs Secretary Saurav Kumar on Friday informed that President Murmu will travel to Suriname and Serbia from June 4 to 9. The visit assumes historical significance as the president will be the chief guest at the 150th anniversary celebrations of the arrival of Indians in Suriname, which would be celebrated on June 5. The MEA secretary during a special drifting on president's visit to Suriname and Serbia. The president is being accompanied by the Union Minister of in the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution Sadhvi Niranjan Jyoti and Member of Parliament Srimati Ramadevi, as well as an official talks with Suriname President Chandrika Prasad Santokhi. Saurabh Kumar said the president will participate in a number of activities to commemorate the arrival of Indians in Suriname and visit the sites associated with their history in that country. The president will also interact with the Indian community. He said India-Suriname's bilateral relations span sectors such as trade and commerce, development, partnership, capacity building, agriculture and people-to-people ties. Suriname has been supportive of India in the international fora. In the next leg of her tour, President of India Murmu will visit to Serbia, which will start from June 7. She received an invitation from Serbian President Alexander Vučić. RE News reported that two Pakistani army soldiers were killed during an exchange of fire with terrorists in the Banu district of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. According to details, the exchange of fire took place between security forces and terrorists on Saturday, resulting in the killing of 2 terrorists.